I'm Petty Officer Michael Wilkin. In the news, Defense Secretary Robert Gates recently made a trip to visit troops serving on the front lines in Afghanistan. On Thursday, he talked about the pride those troops have in their mission.
The one line that I picked up when I was in Afghanistan was that it seemed like the closer to the front lines you are, the more confident and encouraged people are. And there is no question that this is a tough fight, and we are just at the beginning in many respects. The last American forces in the surge literally arrived just within the last 3 weeks or so.
Secretary Gates also said evidence suggests the U.S. and coalition troops are on the right track and making the right decisions in Afghanistan. The Army has released suicide data for August. Among active duty soldiers, there were 13 potential suicides. All remain under investigation. Among reserve soldiers not on active duty, there were 10 potential suicides. Soldiers and families in need can contact Military OneSource or the Defense Center of Excellence for Psychological Health and Traumatic Brain Injury Outreach Center. Trained consultants are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, year-round. You can reach Military OneSource at 1-800-342-9647 or the center at 1-866-966-1020. And the Department of Defense has released recruiting and retention numbers for August 2010. Among the active component, the Army, Navy, and Air Force all met or exceeded accession goals. Retention rates are near or above the fiscal year-to-date goals. On the recruiting side, 4 of the 6 reserve components did not make 100% of their August recruiting goal to stay within end strength constraints.
Well, if you've been to the Pentagon before, you know it's easy to get lost in its miles of hallways, but finding your way often only takes more than a little bit of patience. But if you should find yourself wandering into one of the building's newly dedicated corridors, you may be reminded just how fortunate your situation really is.
Coming from the veteran, I think is fantastic. I know I'm donated some artifacts to make some of the things more visible and things like that. I think it's a wonderful beginning that the recognition is there.
The display includes artifacts obtained during the excavation for wartime remains, as well as POW memorabilia.
This exhibit will serve as a constant reminder of our commitment to service members and their families. The display in this corridor also documents the efforts of all the people who've worked so hard to secure the release of service members from POW camps and the people who've worked to ensure that we locate those who lost their lives.
Michelle Flournoy, Undersecretary of Defense for Policy, dedicated the new display corridor Wednesday in conjunction with National POW MIA Day later in the week. Petty Officer Courtney Dock, Pentagon Channel News.
And coming up ahead and around the services, an eye-opening look at service members and suicides. But first, Afghanistan is preparing for its upcoming elections. Next, when we go downrange, we'll introduce you to one candidate with a long history of trying to bring change to his country.